The Justin Robert Young program brought to you as always by everybody who supports us at PayJuryDaily.com. Again, PayJuryDaily.com. That is where you need to go. Support the show. You know, we're right up at the $1,000 mark, and you could be the one that pushes us over. It would be so nice. 2019, start things off, you know. Make sure that you go ahead and get if you get value out of this, and give me a little bit of money. How would I give a little bit of money? I mean, come on now. Whatever. Tell you what, go ahead and check it out. PayJuryDaily.com. And if you like politics, I do a lot of politics talk on my show, politics. But if you want that in your life, you can go ahead and sign up for my free political newsletter at freepoliticalnewsletter.com. Again, freepoliticalnewsletter.com. 5 days a week, 5 stories a day, mostly gifts, some hot takes. Never talking about how we support the show, though. Oh, what do you say? We just do the damn thing. Friends. Welcome to the Justin Robert Young program. My name is Justin Robert Young. I'm here for you. 2019, well on its way. We are on January 7th. Dry January might have come to an end. I'm gonna put it up to you guys on whether or not my dry January has ended. Had some people over the weekend. My contender and Action News co-creator John Teasdale, my good friend, co-worker, pal, life friend. He's a good friend. Might be among my best friends, in fact, now that I think about it. Brett the Amtrak of Roundsville was over. We demoed a few playtest ideas that we have, and then we played a game called Fireball Island. Fireball Island. All right. So here's the deal with Fireball Island. It was an old game, a game in like the late 80s, early 90s. And it's really fun. There's a lot of really, as far as board games go, man, it's the kind of board game that I would aspire to make. It's very easy enough to learn once you get a few rules down. It's got a few very fun moments. There's a lot of great little suspenseful moments. As far as like an action adventure game goes, it's very much modeled after Indiana Jones. I can't recommend it enough. Go ahead and check it out. Fireball Island. It was a Kickstarter. If you remember it from when you were a youth, this is a very worthwhile reprint of it. Big shout out to Restoration Games who actually did the work on it. So thank you for doing that. However, my co-creator John is soberman. He's sober. You know, Brett's a father of 2, doesn't drink all that much, and then Ashley and I are doing dry January. So we decided that we were going to get, or Ashley heard of this thing, Seedlip. You heard of this? Seedlip, all right? Seedlip is basically O'Doul's for gin. However, I think it like might be more expensive than most gin, right? It basically is, it's something that tastes like gin but isn't alcoholic. Of course, it was made in England, where dry January is a thing. So I didn't even know it existed. Will, who was probably listening, tipped me off to it. Ashley found out about it. And so she went and bought some. Because what she wanted to do was have mocktails when we had people over. Cool. John loved the idea. John was very excited about it. because he misses that social element of drinking. Making your way over to the hutch, pouring yourself a thing, doing a little shake, right? A little ritual. There's something to it. He loved it. Big fan. Normally when we make gin and tonic, there are a few things that are at this point for us semi-non-negotiable. Number one, we use Fever Tree tonic. Indian tonic, I think it is. We very much like it. We use a good gin. And then we do 2 dashes per glass of grapefruit bitters. Grapefruit bitters. So we're playing Fireball Island. It's a great time. It's a fun experience. Everybody's having a good time. And then as we're all shuffling out, I look at the bitters and I see that the bitters are indeed alcoholic. There is alcohol in those bitters. So, I'm going to ask you guys to make 2 decisions. Well, actually, you know what? Only make a decision on this. The other you can just give me your opinion on. Did dry January end? Did I fail? Did I fail by dashing my drink with 3 shots of bitters? And again, it's like the way that red wine vinegar would squirt out of that bottle top, right? That's what it is. Did it end? Is it over? Go ahead and email me, just jurydaily@gmail.com. Up to you guys. Listen, there might be some very, very, very stringent people. Now, I did not feel drunk, nor did I in any way feel inebriated. If I would not have looked at that label, I would have never known. So go ahead and email me, jurydaily@gmail.com. We're getting we're getting some mixed opinions here in the chat. Also here, fun fact, John went all the way back to San Francisco without his jacket that had his keys to his apartment in it. And I was able to just get an Uber and throw the jacket in the Uber. I gave the jacket an Uber ride to San Francisco. He was going to come all the way here and then all the way back. I didn't know you could do that. It was just kind of on a lark. I was like, oh, I'm just going to call an Uber. And then I went to the dude and I was like, hey, I'm not going to go. Can you just bring this jacket to my friend? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, I'm going to pay you to do it. So just take the jacket. He was like, cool. I mean, I guess for the guy, it's, you know, he agreed to take the trip no matter what, right? Yeah, now he can do whatever he wants. He can fart loud as he wants, put whatever music he wants on. He still has to make the drive, right, for the money agreed upon. I don't know. That was just something that people might find interesting. Here's something else that might find interesting. Is Drake a creep? Come on, y'all. We need to figure this one out. We are going to figure it out right now. Is Drake a creep? Been a lot of talk about creeps. Creeps in the hip-hop game. Creeps in the R&B game. Surviving R. Kelly is a new series, limited series, documentary series from Lifetime, documenting all the shitty things that R. Kelly has done, being a rapist and an abuser, right? And so that has opened up a wide net of reconsideration for whether or not some people are creeps or not. Now, one of those people is Drake. This went viral. What I'm going to play for you on video, and you will listen to the audio for, is a video that made the rounds on Twitter over the weekend. It to set the stage for folks that are watching or are only listening. It is Drake, a small stage. It seems a little bit earlier in his career. It's not quite stadium tour Drake, right? He's got some blue lights on, and he is on stage in front of a DJ with a young lady. I will say that from a distance, this young lady is mature. Specifically in the ass and titties area. I mean, I guess she's got to be more than 17 now. I'm spoiling the end. But this is, I'm sure, a part of his show that has been around for a while, wherein he is playing up the romantic feelings that many of his fans have for him and that he tries to inspire in his music by dancing with a young lady that he's picked out of the crowd. Here's what happens. So he's flirting with her. I can smell in your hair. What is that, herbal essence?
Smells fresh.
He is now massaging the girl. Drake has now put his arm over the woman's breasts. Over the woman's breasts. He picks up the mic, and here's the moment that he will probably regret.
Y'all gonna have me get carried away again. I get in trouble for shit like this. How old are you?
He asks, "How old are you?" And then she says, "I'm 17." The crowd has now turned on him. So, you know, you're thick. You got those ass and titties.
Well, listen, 17. I had fun. I don't know if I should feel guilty or not, but I had fun. I like the way your breasts feel against my chest and stuff.
Says, I like the way that your breasts feel against my chest. Oh, no, Twitter. God damn it. Oh, Twitter just fucked up. He then hugs her and kind of grabs on her again. That's the big finale here to this Drake thing. Now you might say, all right, you want to know what if we went around to all musicians throughout time and space, not only hip hop, not only R&B, rock and roll, jazz and swing, and you made a point to say that every single artist that might have pulled up somebody that was underage by a year and touched something inappropriate in the heat of the moment, then there would be a lot of musicians that we would no longer be able to pay attention to. And that might be right. But friends, if I were to rank Drake's creepiness toward young women on a scale from 1 to 10, I would be forced to give it an 11. That's because the now 32-year-old Drake has a very weird texting relationship with 11 from Stranger Things actress Millie Bobby Brown. This came from a quote that Millie Bobby Brown told while at the Emmys. When asked about Drake and how she texts with him, she says, "I love him. He's a great friend and a great role model. We just texted each other the other day, and he was like, 'I miss you so much.' And I was like, 'I miss you more. He's great.'" when asked, oh, here, you want to know what? We can probably just hear from the young actress herself.
I love him. I met him in Australia, and he's honestly so fantastic and a great friend and a great role model. You know, we just texted each other the other day, and he was like, I miss you so much. I was like, I miss you more. He's coming to Atlanta, so I'm definitely going to go and see him. I'm so excited, yeah.
You and Drake? That's awesome. That's awesome.
What advice does he give you? Like, what does he say?
About boys. He helps me.
What?
Yeah. He's great. He's wonderful. I love him.
What's his advice with boys?
You know, that stays in the text messages.
This is like princess vibes.
Thank you.
All right, there we go. That was the Drake comment. So, I put to you, dear JuRY listeners, is Drake a creep? Now, here's what I don't want. We don't necessarily have to go into comparative shopping. We don't have to say, oh, well, because he didn't pee on somebody on camera, he's less of a creep. We don't have to say, oh, because he didn't marry his own underage cousin like Jerry Lee Lewis, he's less of a creep. I'm just asking, creep or no? Creep or no? In your opinion. Because to be honest, when everybody was freaking out about the 17-year-old on stage video, I didn't necessarily think it was the worst. Not the worst. You know, for all the times that a girl has probably lied about her age to get backstage, for all the times that I'm sure girls have lied to a roadie to get up on, to get backstage or to go on stage during one of those moments, you know, he didn't start kissing her. He didn't get really graphic afterward. You know, chalk it up to the game, I guess. Is it the best look of all time? No, it's not. But everybody seemed to be on the same vibe. He wasn't taking advantage of her. There's that. All I'm just going to say is this. If in 3 years, you start seeing the headline, Millie Bobby Brown officially dating 36-year-old Drake, that'll be bad. That'll be a bad look. Because that will mean that all that we just heard was literally him grooming a child. P. Praddock 96 says, JuRY, he did start kissing her again after she told him that she's 17. I mean, sure, look, yes, he did kiss her again, but he didn't, like, start freaking her or start, like, you know, super gross, like, fondling her or go into something further, right? I guess I'm saying, look, it's not the best look. I don't think that is as gross as him possibly grooming Millie Bobby Brown. That's all I'm saying. If I'm comparison, so now I'm comparison shopping. If I'm comparison shopping on both of those, let's get to your emails, where you can email about both those things that we just talked about. JuRYDaily@gmail.com. Ninja Steve writes, hey, when are you coming back to the day shift, fucko? This is in reference to when we stream this show. We stream the program these days at about 3 o'clock Pacific time. That is 6 o'clock Eastern time. I decided to reclaim my mornings. Instead of having my mornings dominated by prep, I found myself wanting to more fertile for writing. I got a lot of writing on my plate right now, and I was able to kind of just get a lot of stuff done that would either clear up writing for later in the day, or I could start writing in the morning. It's been very effective for me. I feel like I've done a shit lot more than I had previous when I was streaming at like 10 o'clock in the morning. The major bummer is the live audiences are down. I had established a really great brand coming right out of the morning stream on my channel. So when will it happen? I don't know. I genuinely don't know because I don't know when I'm going to be done writing, and I don't want to promise anything. Diamond Scoop writes, Random rant. I hate that California can't handle any kind of weather. I grew up in the northern Oregon coast, and I now live in Sacramento. And if Sacramento got storms like Oregon did, there wouldn't be a Sacramento anymore. Today it was raining pretty good and was kind of windy, and the power went out. If it drizzles for an afternoon here, roads start to flood. But not real flooding. You want to see real flooding? Google Tillamook flood. I remember a few years back watching the news at work, and they were talking about Storm Watch 2012 because it was projected to rain 4 inches over a weekend. A weekend! That's an afternoon back home. One year it rained literally 40 days without stop in Oregon, and these hipster pansies can't handle a weekend of rain. Number one, Diamond Scoop, Godspeed to you calling people from Sacramento hipsters. Number two, California has a very special relationship with any kind of precipitation. I will say it's a little bit better in Northern California than it is in Southern California. Southern California cannot handle any kind of rain at all, whatsoever. It drizzles, everybody stops in the highway. It's one of the most fascinating phenomenons I have ever heard, or seen, rather, in my entire life. I have never, ever seen it. And I grew up in Florida where it rains a lot. It rains every single day. Torrential downpours. I've driven about 1.5 miles in a blinding rainstorm without windshield wipers once. But you're right. It is frustrating. It is frustrating. But then again, we all have our soft spots, you know, because I'm a total pussy when it comes to the cold. I hate it. I don't like it. Not one bit. No. Can't do it. And some people who know me and know that I went to school in Syracuse, which is the snowiest city in America, say, oh, well, you should have learned to like it when you were in Syracuse. I'm like, but no. If you think I bitch about cold now, imagine how much I bitched about cold then. Wait, is this guy really named Drake? It might be Drake. No, it's Joe. I just wrote Drake because I was talking about Drake. Joe writes, we host dinners 2 to 3 times a week at my house, and I too have stumbled into a dry January. Making conversations at those dinners is also a bit drier. My wife decided that she'd air her laundry at one of these dinners and tell everybody what she thinks. She thinks I drink too much and dry January will be good for me. I laughed when you relabeled dry January to prove I'm not an alcoholic. Brothers in solidarity. I mean, sometimes you got to do it. Sometimes you got to just to prove. Just to, you know, because you can say, hey, look, I like drinking a lot. I'm not an alcoholic, but sometimes you got to prove it. Sometimes the rubber's got to meet the road. And finally, Phil brings us to a close with, while I agree with all the Chick-fil-A sauce love, the dark horse of the Chick-fil-A sauce game is the sweet and spicy sriracha sauce. For me, the go-to sauce combo is at Chick-fil-A is 1 Chick-fil-A sauce and 1 sriracha sauce. Friends. I want to thank the producers of this show, the Jen, PD Rave, Non-Specific, Rock and Roll, Martian, Joe Acosta, well, Redneck Tech, James, the OG, Brito, well, and Matthew B. Hey, do you like merch? You like merch from this show? Head on over to Stickers or DIAF. Better yet, go ahead and sign up for our mailing list, bit.ly/stickers or DIAF. Make sure you know when all the new hot shit is coming out. You can email this show, jurydaily@gmail.com, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, @JustinRYoung, and join our Discord, bit.ly/JuryDiscord. Folks, that about wraps it up for today. Till tomorrow, this is your old pal, Justin Robert Young, reminding you to please give a round of applause to Mr. Wacky, but more importantly, please, no, die!
Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.